Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the Small Brain Podcast, where today we are in Nairobi, Kenya, and we earned it to be here today, guys. We didn't just snap our fingers and hop on a plane, all right? We didn't click our heels together and a taxi driver arrives and drives us here in his Rolls Royce or his air-conditioned car. No, I took a fucking local bus. It was a minivan that was supposed to seat 8 total people, and let me think about it. There was 2 up front and then a row of 3, but there was 4 people in that one. And then in the back row, it was a row of 3, or maybe it was supposed to seat 2 people. It seats 2 of me, but it was 4. It was 4 fucking people. So it doesn't sound as crazy as it actually was, like 8 people in a car that was supposed to seat 10, or no, 10 people in a car that was supposed to seat 8. But goddamn, was it terrible. It was so brutal. Like, I don't know if you guys ever like buddy buckled as a kid. You know, your mom, you're like the alcoholic mom, or maybe like you had a friend whose mom just loved him a little bit less and she just let him get away with a lot more stuff. And, you know, you're coming back from the pool and you're all wet and it's only like a 5-minute drive down the road. And yeah, there's one stoplight, but it's fine. It's, you know, it's just half a mile, whatever. Yeah, go ahead and buddy buckle, you know. I remember I did that as a kid and my mom was furious. She talked to the other mom. They had a discussion about it. She's like, "Don't do this with my kid." And for that, I really respect that. I'm not gonna lie. My mom loved me a lot, and she didn't let me underage drink or buddy buckle. Not to her knowledge, at least. I mean, I did that stuff, but you know, just under the radar, like a normal kid, right? You're supposed to hide that stuff from your parents. You're not supposed to be out in the open with it. You know, you're supposed to hide it, and you're supposed to act like it's not happening at all. You know. I don't know. Maybe that's the way I see it. That's the way I'm going to raise my kids. You know, it's just active denial. And I'm not going to confront it unless I get hard evidence to the contrary. You know, they come home smelling like cigarettes. Well, I don't see a cigarette in their hand. I don't see a cigarette falling out of their pocket. I don't see a cigarette behind their ear. Maybe someone else is smoking a cigarette. You know, there's a million other reasons why, you know, Timmy would come home at 2 a.m. smelling like cigarettes. It's not my boy, it's yours. You know, and that's the kind of parent I aspire to be. Not the kind of parent that allows their kids to buddy buckle and allows their kids to underage drink. It's just unacceptable. You know, they just love their kids less. And, you know, that's why when I tell my mom stories like this, like I'm going to tell you guys today, she loses her shit. As any normal mom would that loves her son. Okay? All right? Okay. Glad we got that out of the way. But yeah, dude, I was jammed in the back with, it was like, I remember I just jumped in the van and there was, the whole back row was full. It was 3 people and they all had bags and they're already squished. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to seat 2. And I give them a look like, what's it going to be, dude? Like, and they were looking at me like, wait, are you really coming in here? And I turned to the guy, like, you know, taking my fare and he's like, go on in. Yeah. Sit right here. And they just made it work, dude. People in Africa are tough. We are pussies. Okay. Western European lineage folks are some pussies. Okay. These people are going to survive in the apocalypse, much like the Indians. You know, I see some similarities between here and India, and we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to save that for later on in the episode. All right. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I haven't eaten in like 9 hours, so this is going to be a pretty delirious podcast. But I've got some momentum from the day, guys. All right. Can you see how sweaty and gross I am? I haven't even showered. I'm just like, it's either now or never with this episode because I'm going to fucking crash so hard after this is done. But I don't know if you guys can tell, my shirt is like brown. I packed 1 shirt for this entire trip like a dumbass. Like a complete dumbass. I thought I packed 2. And 2 was like bare minimum. 2 was like, all right, I have 1 shirt to wear while I'm doing laundry. I have 1 like nice shirt. I have 1 shirt I'll wear to the gym and on safaris and out, you know, hitchhiking, whatever the fuck I get into. And nope, turns out this is my one and only shirt. This is some Small Brain American merch. I've been rocking it for the last, I think, 8 days now. Every single day wearing the same goddamn shirt. I'm going to lose it, dude. But it is very comfortable. I mean, that's why it's the 1 shirt that I packed, because I can wear it every day. I can wear it for anything. So go get yourself something nice at smallbrainamerican.store. We have so many comfortable items. But But yeah, I was like contorted. Okay, so if this is the side, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if this is the side of the van, right, where the window is, there's an entire kid sitting right here between the van where it ends and me, right? And so he's like sideways and like leaning back. He was asleep though. He was like napping. He was napping. He was comfortable enough to nap. Meanwhile, I'm here, right? And my shoulders are like tilted because there's a kid next to me who decided to lean up. So I guess I had more room to extend my elbows, which was like a bro move of him, honestly. And fucking like, yeah, I'm tilted the whole time. And then not only that, my torso is like tilted also. So I'm like, on the x-axis, I'm fucked up. And then on the y-axis, I'm fucked up. My spine was twisted for like 2.5 hours, dude. Oh my God, it was brutal. It was brutal. And it started with just a little bit of back pain, you know, and then it started the pain, like the numbness happened in my leg. Like it started in my toes, went up to my calf. I couldn't like move my feet. I kept trying to like stomp my foot, like, come on, don't fucking have a stroke or don't lose, you know, circulation in fucking rural Tanzania when there's an ongoing civil conflict, you know, like let's not have that be the way we go. Cause that's, you know, another one of those headlines that no one's going to give a fuck when they read it. No one's going to care. They're going to be like, oh, he was in, you know, East Africa during a conflict, a white colonizer vlogger taking advantage of poor people. Fuck him. Glad he's dead. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I could see that for sure. So I was pretty panicked. Not as bad as the India's train ride from hell, but I was kind of going for a similar, like, let's see how the locals actually do this, you know? And I will say I gain a lot of respect for them because there's some tough motherfuckers. Like nobody was complaining. I mean, yeah, we were all like squirming around and stuff like that. And we were all, you know, repositioning ourselves every 5 to 10 minutes. There was like kind of a massive, like get comfortable thing that happened every few minutes. But yeah, people around me were sleeping. I couldn't believe it. The guy next to me on my left and the guy next to me on my right were both asleep at one point. I'm like, how are you this tough? Like, I complain when I don't have air conditioning and y'all don't even have a seatbelt, AC, windows that work. Like, I will say though, the roads were like really nice the whole way. The roads were pretty nice all day today in Tanzania. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to get to Nairobi in like kind of more of an interesting way. I didn't want to just fly, you know, I didn't want to cheat. I wanted to kind of earn it, you know, and this is our payoff. We're at the Hyatt, what's it called? I don't know, Hyatt something. It's like an apartment. I mean, if you guys just came from the full length video, you'll know. It's my first podcast back after catching a mild case of pneumonia. So you're welcome. I am putting in the most work. All right. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment on Spotify. You can do that now, apparently. You can fucking message on Spotify now. What the fuck? Why is Spotify? Why is every social media platform trying to be like every other social media platform? Well, wait, no. Spotify's not even social media. Spotify is a fucking music website. Why are they trying to be like TikTok? Dude, you can post shorts on Spotify. Why does every social media platform think they need to make shorts? Why does every social media trying to look the same? Snapchat is like the same as Instagram, kind of, and TikTok. It's all just like TikTok. It's all just shitty versions of TikTok, you know? And all these like millennial girls, you know, these woke millennial girls that think they're brave or they're taking a stand against TikTok. Oh, I don't use TikTok. That's for kids and dancing. Isn't that what they'd use to dance? Yeah, millennials are turning into boomers for sure. They're like, I use Instagram Reels. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a TikToker. I don't get fake news. I'm like, oh yeah, let's see your feed then. That should be, if you guys are still dating and you go on a first date, that should be, you should get that out of the way early. Like, what's your feed? What are you really into? Show me the deepest parts of your soul. Show me what you truly desire. Show me your Instagram recommended feed. Ooh. Or your TikTok For You page. The TikTok For You page is sneaky because that'll recommend stuff to you that you didn't even know you wanted. You haven't even clicked on anything to indicate to the algorithm that you want it, but something that they're doing, I don't know, they can predict what you're going to want. So it's happening before. I was with an ex-girlfriend and I opened up, I think it was Instagram, but I opened up Instagram and there was like a hot ass girl, big tits. And I'm like, God damn it, I gotta fucking explain this now. Fuck. We had to have a conversation about it. But I feel like Instagram is better these days. TikTok, though, is fucking savage. Oh, dude, Facebook? Sometimes I'll just open Facebook. And a girl I haven't seen in like 20 years, or 15 years, just bikini picture. And I'm like, I don't even open, I haven't even opened Facebook in like 10 years. I get on there to like open Marketplace and to sell used clothes and shit. Why are you showing me like a scantily clad photo of some girl I friended when I was like 15. What the fuck, Facebook? What the fuck? I'm getting on here to sell my keyboard. Why are you showing me tits? It's outrageous. Trying to destroy our personal lives, man. It's insane. I never click on anything on Facebook. I don't scroll. I don't like. I don't comment. I literally just open it. I go to the Marketplace app and that's what's there. Is just some tits. It's like, hey, before you do that, hey, look. Hey, hey, look at me. I feel like after Trump got elected, these social media apps are just becoming more like based and red pilled and like conservative. I don't know, just more like middle America. Like, yeah, this is what men want. Yeah, you want to see you want these titties in your face, don't you? From this girl you only knew before she hit puberty. Well, guess what, man? She's developed a lot. I'm Zuck. I have a chain and I lift weights sometimes now and I'm on human growth hormone. But I can't name a fucking bow that I use on Joe Rogan's podcast. Sorry, that was a bad reference. So anyways, yeah, the fucking bus was brutal. But I met this guy on the bus who was like just an absolute gangster. He helped me out through the entire day. He spoke perfect English. He was like friends with politicians in America, but for some reason he's taking this like really local bus. And it wasn't on some Ahmed shit, you know, Ahmed from Iraq, the guy that put us in a propaganda video and forced us to buy tailored suits and shoes and bullied us and told us Iraq wasn't safe when he in fact was the number one safety concern that we should have been concerned with. This guy was not in the same ballpark as Ahmed whatsoever. He was really down to earth, spoke perfect English, wasn't like in a hurry to do anything, wasn't rushing us, wasn't pushing me to do anything. He was just like a really sweet guy, really nice, wanted to make sure I got where I was trying to go safely. That was just such a, I feel like that was probably the most interesting part of the entire video is just like the people I met throughout the day that wanted to make sure I was comfortable and I was safe and that I knew where I was going and I wasn't going to get mugged or robbed or, you know, stolen from. And so, yeah, the guy on the bus, Osman, I think his name was, I think it was a Muslim name, Osman. He, just told me where to get off, told me like how much things should cost. He like took me to the currency exchange place, took my Tanzanian shillings, exchanged them for Kenyan shillings, and we were off. And there's all these scammers around me. Like we arrive at the Kenyan border, right? It's about 2.5 hour drive, 2 hours. And it really wasn't bad, honestly. Like, you know, they say in Africa, things take like double with the GPS says. This was actually like spot on, right on the fucking money, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I can't remember, but whatever it was like exactly. Oh, I forgot. I set a stopwatch during the course of the day. All right. It took us 9 hours and 20 minutes to get here. That is honestly pretty impressive. The GPS said 5. So 9.5. That's decent considering we stopped a few times and I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, we get out at the Kenyan border and just like any border, you know, there's hustlers, currency exchangers, SIM card people, but these people, it was like India, dude. It was just like India. It was just like India. They opened the door at the border of the, you know, I'm sitting in the van. these guys outside like open the door and they're like, hey, money, dollars. I'll exchange your dollars. Here, get my SIM card. Here, I'll take you to the border. Taxi. Just like India. But I don't know why. I mean, I guess just because it's a new place, I was just scared. I was just more scared. I don't know the language. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Everything looks so different. I gotta say, I think Kenya might be more intense than India. Or maybe just because it's for my first day. Maybe just because it's my first day. But what I've seen so far is it's a brutal place. It's extreme poverty, needy people. They can be very pushy. Also really friendly people. I think so far my experience has been the Kenyan people have been friendlier than the Indians were. Yeah, I think like the friendliest Kenyan is more friendly than the friendliest Indian, because all day today, like this guy Osman, we get out the van, he kind of just yanks me along. He's like, currency exchange, here we go, Kenyan shillings. All right, come with me. We're going to the border. He's talking to the guards for me. It's like, dude, this is like VIP service. I came on the right day, at the right time, on the right bus. I found the right guy. He just kind of ushered me along, and he was a dual citizen of Tanzania and Kenya. So he just flashed his passport and he went through, but I had to go through the whole, like, show them my yellow fever vaccination card and whatever. And, I had to go through the tourist kind of side of things with the whites. And so he like splits off from me, and then I am like walking in to where the other whites are, and I'm filming a little bit. And honestly, I was pretty impressed with Kenya at that moment. Like the little sidewalk was really clean and new, and the flowers were blooming. It was really pretty, and you could tell they had swept the streets, kept it really clean and tidy. And I was commenting on this. I was saying this on camera. I'm like, wow, this really looks amazing. This is a lot nicer than the Tanzanian side. And a couple seconds after I say that, this guard comes over and is like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just taking a picture of myself. And he's like, you can't do that. Here, come with me. And I'm like, fuck, it begins. This is the Africa they warned me about. This is it. I am about to get put in a fucking holding cell if I don't give this man $5 right now. This is it. Wait, actually, that's a good video title. The Africa they warned me about. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, thank goodness for the Small Brain Podcast, helping me conjure up video titles. Ooh, good one, Connor. All right. So I'm like, fuck. It begins. Let the games begin. If India prepared me for any place, it's Kenya. All right. And I thought Tanzania was going to be like this, and it really wasn't. I think most people were really polite, and I didn't film any officers overtly. I mean, I did covertly, but, that's neither here nor there. And I wasn't filming this guy, and I wasn't filming a government building. I was filming on government property, but I was filming myself, and I was showing there was a nice little plaque, and it's like, oh, this is commemorating something. I don't know. It's like a nice little garden. I was just filming a fucking garden. I don't know why they have such a stick up their ass. And he comes over and he's like all in a fuss. He's like, oh, you have to come with me. And I'm like, why? What did I do? And he's like, you can't be filming. I was like, hey, look, I'll delete it. And I pull out the camera. And this is why I love this, having the chance to have a podcast with you guys, is because this is the stuff that you miss when I'm filming a video, because I have to turn off the camera. I have to show him the camera roll and be like, look, I was just filming some flowers. And I was like, look, I'll delete it. It's like a throwaway clip. It's nothing. I'm just showing just me getting from point A to point B. I'm not taking a political stance. I'm not, talking down on your country. Like, this is what I don't understand about like the don't film here. It's like you make yourself look way worse by just being paranoid about don't film. It's one thing if you're like, hey man, can you not? Or like being polite about it, like, hey, could you please? But just like, hey, like shoo me and like, hey, stop, like I'm an animal, or like you're an animal. You're like you have like no self-control. You're just like stop. But I don't even think they care. That's the thing. I think it's just part of the hustle. I don't even think they give a fuck about the filming. I think they just see it as a way to get a little come up, to get a little tip. I really don't think they give a flying fuck. I mean, pretty much, I think the only person that would really care is maybe like a shop owner who's like doing something unsanitary, doesn't want to be filmed, doesn't want to be reported, whatever. Maybe like, like a politician who has like some kind of say in what happens in the country, but just an everyday average citizen. Like, imagine if you're in your hometown, whether it's like Boise, Idaho, or Kansas City, Missouri, or some other shithole, some other boring place that if you live in, you might consider suicide, or you are probably currently hooked on opiates. If you saw like a Chinese guy just filming, walking around like your state capital, who gives a fuck? Oh, God. Oh, that's not good. Who gives a fuck? Why are you making it your business to care about this? It's not like you're shoving the camera in like a government employee's face, or you're not. Even if you were in America, you can still film cops. That's what I mean. America gets a lot of shit, and I totally understand. We have a lot of problems, but can we at least recognize we are pretty fucking free at the end of the day, and there's some stuff going on, but and I guess it remains to be seen in the next 5 years what happens, but at least for now, in the majority of the places that you could go in America, you are free. You can film. What the fuck? I'm not accepting calls at this time. What do you want? Hello? Good evening. Everything is very okay with the room. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, bye. Well, that was very sweet of them. I should not be so quick to anger. But you guys know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not trying to make a political statement. I'm not trying to pick a side right now. I'm just saying, like, we are free to do a lot of shit in America. I mean, I could probably name the number of countries on one hand where you can film the police. That is not something that can be done. Freedom of speech also is like a rare thing in the world. I think we take it for granted in America. Like, you can't just get on Twitter and start blasting your government in the vast majority of places in the world. All these fucking blue-haired libs, in DC think they want to be communists. Okay, well, see what China's doing with censorship and being able to speak your mind and stuff like that. It's so funny because freedom of speech is always such like a politicized right that people love to throw around, whether it's the right or the left. I mean, people just use it all the time to their advantage. But when someone says something they don't agree with, it all of a sudden becomes hate speech. And I mean, yeah, we have our own problems. I mean, conservatives do it too. Like, Trump is a fucking buffoon. He doesn't understand, I don't think, really anything about the Constitution, but certainly not freedom of speech, because he whines just as much as liberals when things don't go his way. So, we, like I said, we have our problems too. And if you want to hear more about it, I made a podcast, like 10 things I hate about America or some shit like that. I can't remember. 5 things. But it's still the fundamental right of being an American, in my opinion. It's the First Amendment. Freedom of expression, freedom of religion. These are all things that like the founding fathers thought were so important, they had to put them at the tippy top of the list, because they don't exist in the countries that we came from. They didn't exist in France at the time. They didn't exist in England at the time. We had monarchies. We had kings at the top that were like, nope, I don't like you. Pop, 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 pop. Just kill your opponents, put them in jail, And that's just something that I think Americans take for granted. And again, it remains to be seen what happens, but it's still a right that we enjoy. And it's just annoying to hear people like endlessly complain about that back home when, here in fucking Kenya, prime example why you need to travel and like see the people that hate America the most have never left. they've never left. They're too scared or whatever. They have their reasons, but they're not gaining a broader insight into how the world actually operates. They think it's just one way, or they go to Italy or they go to France and like, oh, this is how the world is. No, you got to go to fucking Kenya and get arrested. You know, it's fucking crazy. I was just filming myself, talking with this guy, a little bit of B-roll, a little bit of, you know, glazing Kenya while I first enter. And the first Kenyan that I see wants a bribe, wants to throw me in jail. I'm like, dude, do you realize what you're doing? I don't want to be like, do you know who I am? But like, a lot of people are going to see this, man. And like, you think this is a great impression of your country? Like, you're embarrassing yourself, man. Like, just let me be, you know? So he starts freaking out. He's like, oh, you have to delete that. Or no, he didn't say that. He's like, you have to come with me. Come with me. I was like, no. We're not going to a second location. I'll delete it. And I on my little DJI camera, there's like a little 3 dots at the top of the camera roll, and you can select a clip and you can delete it. And I start that process, and I'm like, here I go. I'm deleting. He's like, no. You don't need to. You don't need to. Come with me. And I'm like, okay, so you obviously don't care about the clip. You just caught me doing something that you could turn into a case against me. That's all they care about. That's all he gave a fuck about. He didn't want to censor what I had to say. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He just saw me with a camera near a government building and was like, bribe. You know, it's really that simple. I mean, he probably makes like 30 cents an hour, so you can't really blame him, I guess, but that's really shitty behavior, you know? In places like Iraq, or I'm sure Afghanistan, people just seem more honest. I don't know. It's just something like right away, this guy clicked. I didn't even see him. He wasn't even like my peripheral. He like was shouting from far away, like, hey, stop. So I did. And he's like, come with me. I was like, no, I'm not. No. And he was like very persistent. And I had to go into that building anyways to get my passport stamped and stuff like that. So I go in and he's like, okay, I'll get my boss and he'll talk to you later. I'm like, fuck. Okay, fine. Okay. What's next? So I go to the like I think it was a Kenyan officer. There's like some health official. And in order to enter Kenya, you have to show that you have a yellow fever vaccine. And I have the vaccination record. Okay. But the guy sees problems with it from the very first second. He's like, oh, your name's not on it. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, your name's not on it. I'm like, fuck, did the lady that gave me this vaccination not write my goddamn name? I think I covered this in another podcast, but I spent around $700 at I don't even want to name them because I don't want to give them the publicity, but at a travel clinic that gives you like last minute kind of shots and stuff like that. And I don't want to get into it again, but the lady was just really rude and really abrupt with me and like did a whole sales pitch. And I didn't find it necessary. I was like, listen, lady, I'm here for the yellow fever vaccination. I don't need rabies. I don't need Hep A. I don't need Hep B. I have all those diseases. Okay. I missed the fucking vaccination window. Okay. But yeah, I spent all this money and like had this special appointment. It was just so expensive and so needless, honestly, looking back. But she didn't write my name on the yellow fever vaccination card, so it could have belonged to anyone. And that's what the guy said at the counter. And honestly, at the time, I think I was just so on high alert of scams and, you know, getting stolen from and extorted. And that's just what people say about Africa all the time. And I was like, okay, fuck, like, what is it, buddy? Okay, yeah, okay. You know, I just didn't believe him. I didn't believe him at all. I was like, all right, come on. How much do you want? How much do you want? Just tell me, you know? And he's like, it's $50. All right, that was a pretty good Kenyan accent, actually. He's like, it's $50. And I'm like, 50? I'll give you 10. And I'm like, see, this is why I can't fully hate India. Like 2% of me has to love it because it's given me like confidence to be a bit of an asshole when I'm bargaining with people. Like, this guy has all the power. He has my passport. He has my yellow fever vaccination. He can say no. I'm at his country's border. I'm a visitor. He has all the power. And yet I still think I'm fucking, Goliath or whatever. I'm like, 10. I'll give you 1/5 of that. And he's like, what did he say? He's like, no, 25. And I'm like, oh shit, we're actually bargaining. You just got to shoot your shot, man. Anytime you check in for a flight, by the way, always ask to upgrade. Always go up to the little counter, do a little flirting with a little attendant, whatever, show a little cleavage. You know what I'm saying? Put on the charm and just ask for an upgrade and just bargain. Just bargain when you're around the world. Just try it, because you're going to get scammed. You're going to get ripped off. You're going to be fucked in the ass if you don't do it, because they know that they have the upper hand with the bargaining. That it's in their culture, and they know it's not in your culture. Right. So if you just show a little bit of strength in those moments, I feel like you can save a lot of money. And it's not even just about the money. It's just about the fact that I just don't want to be taken advantage of, Yes, my paperwork had a little bit of an issue. And you could tell he had run this scam so many times. You could tell, because he read the fine print on the yellow fever vaccination card. And I can see you guys drafting your fucking comments, and you're coming after me, and you're calling me a curmudgeon old man. I don't care. You go to Africa and try, okay? You see if there's no bumps in the road, asshole. All right? You try. You start your YouTube channel. You do a podcast where you talk about this stuff, all right? It's hard. I'm trying really hard. It's not easy. I'm alone. Yeah, so he looks at the fine print and he's like, oh yeah, it says here if there's any details missing, we can void the vaccination card. I'm like, God damn it. And he was so quick. He's like, look, it's right here. It's right here. Oh, you want to see it in French? You want to see it in Swahili? It's right here, motherfucker. And so I was like, all right, he's got me by the balls. And we start bargaining, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is what it's like when you it's like when you go out with a girl and you're not really sure if it's a date, whatever, and you guys have a couple drinks, and then things just start to happen. Things just start to click. She starts sucking you off. It's that moment where I'm like, we're bargaining. He just came down by 50%. Okay. He's like 25. And I'm like, 19. I'm not even going to say 20. I want to win this. I want to win. That would be the next logical, from 50 to 10, 25. He goes halfway. I should go 20 between, or no, actually it would be, fuck, I can't think. Never mind. I haven't had enough food today. You get my point. I was going to say 20, and I was like, 19. And I just dig the knife. I'm just like, please just let me have this. I need something right now. I'm about to go to fucking Kenyan prison. If you guys even let me in your godforsaken nation. And so, yeah, I gave him the $19. I'm on my way. It turns out he was totally in the right. The dumb bitch at the passport clinic, whatever the fuck, didn't do her job right. I think she intentionally spited me. Stupid fucking bitch. Costing me extra money on top of the $700 I paid. You know how much it would have been in France to get the same shot? Like $25. I paid $500 for the yellow fever vaccination, and then she got me on some other bullshit. I don't even know. Something else. Japanese encephalitis. She upsold me. It's like a timeshare. I mean, I had to go in there and sit through an hour meeting of her telling me about all the risks, about all the countries I'm going to. And I'm like, bitch, I'm going to Tanzania, Kenya, a couple other, this is not my first rodeo. And I asked her, I was like, have you been to these countries? And she's like, oh no, I've only been to Cancun. I'm like, lady, you're the health travel expert. How are you in a position of power right now? She's like, well, you can go on the CDC's website. Oh, the State Department's good. I'm like, all right, State Department, that's enough. That's enough. We're done. Give me the shot. We're out of here. I wish it went like this in real life. It did not go like this. I was a meek little bitch in real life, trying to be as polite and compliant as possible. But this is my show, and this is my version of reality. We'll go with that. Anyways, I'm about to lose my fucking voice. Yeah. So anyways, that was fine. I think he was in the right, to be honest. I just fucked up. And so I got like a new little yellow fever sheet, whatever. And I get stamped in the country. And then the second I walk out of the little, whatever they call it, I don't know, border crossing, someone's there to greet me. Hello, supervising officer for the Kenyan border security. Hello. So great to see you after all this time. Oh, I've heard so much about you. You must be the big, powerful man in charge who's going to fuck me in the butt in the prison cell in the back. Unless I give you $3.25. Isn't that right? And so he's like, hey, you were taking pictures? And I was like, yeah, I was taking pictures of me. And he's like, oh, doesn't matter. Come with me. Very, this is what I mean. They're like Indians. The ones that are trying to scam you, it's the same behavior. They rush you. They don't let you think. They don't let you formulate an opinion. They don't let you call somebody, hey, I'm about to get arrested. No, they're like, come with me. And I'm going with them. I'm like, where are we going? And, this is the fucking American in me, the resisting arrest, the, hands up, don't shoot. That's me. I was like, no, I'm not going. I was like, no. And he's like, I would arrest you. I was like, that's such a bitch move, bro. Like, either arrest me or don't arrest me. Don't be like, I would arrest you. Can you imagine a police officer in America saying that? Like, if you're, I guess they could say that. I guess they could. It's probably how the white ones treat the black suspects, isn't it? Maybe it's role reversal because they're like, yeah, we see what happened to us over in your country, so we're going to fucking smash you into the ground over here, bucko. Give us our tips. So I was like, no, I'm not going with it because I didn't want to get taken to a jail cell. I don't want to be the next sabbatical Tommy. I don't have time for this shit. I'm not into that. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to do danger porn. I don't want to fucking risk it for the biscuit, dude. It's not worth it. And he's like, I would arrest you. And I'm like, okay, fine. Walk in the room. The same one we went back to. And I was like, at this point, I'm like, should I just go back to Tanzania? Because Kenya seems completely fucked. It seems super corrupt from the second I stepped into the country. Everybody's been rude and abrupt and they've needed something from me. They've needed fucking money, And so I go over and finally they want to see the footage. I'm like, okay. God damn it. You actually do care about the footage. I'll show you how benign it was. And, they speak English in Kenya. So I turn the audio on the camera and you can hear me talking. I'm like, oh, it's lovely here. Look how nice it is. These flowers. And I'm talking with Osman, my friend that was helping me across the border. And he's like, yeah, Kenya's a lot more developed, whatever. We're saying nice things about the country. And by the way, this is why freedom of speech is important. You should be allowed to say something is bad if it is bad because people can clearly see it. If I'm filming with my little camera and I'm showing you a slum in Kenya and I'm like, "Oh, it's so nice." No one's gonna, it's clearly not nice. You're just going to lose trust in me for giving you like an honest appraisal of reality, right? You're gonna not like me anymore, right? Like, but in their mind, like you have to say it's good. You have to like it or delete it. Make us look good. Make us look good now. It's fucking wild, dude. And so, yeah, I show them the clip and they're like, oh yeah, okay, that's good. And then my friend Osman just turns to the officer and gives him like $5. And I'm like, why? Why did you do that? What did we do wrong? Okay, yeah, filming on government property, I understand. But like, make me delete the footage if it's a real offense. But not all of a sudden when I'm saying good things, am I all of a sudden off the hook, but I also have to pay a bribe? Make that make sense. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. Usually on these episodes, around 3 or 4 really salty people like to join in the comments. And that's fine. That's your right. But, maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't, whatever. Maybe I'm not meant to understand. But the officials that I dealt with in Kenya were just pieces of shit. Pieces of shit, dude. Like, needless, bro. Needless. And they did this whole like, and you can tell they're like acting. And I've seen very vanilla travel vloggers film in malls in Nairobi, and they get the police called on them and they get interrogated and they have to pay hefty bribes. I've seen that. I know they just target anybody with a camera. So I knew I didn't necessarily do something wrong. And I guess intellectually I was prepared for them to try and scare me. I knew in my mind this was going to happen, but in my heart, when it happened, I was like fucking racing, bro. Racing. I mean, I've been in the back of a cop car in the boonies in China, and I did not want to learn what it felt like to do the same in Nairobi or wherever the fuck I was on the border. Namanga, I think. I didn't want to find out. It's not worth it. I'm not into it. So yeah, the guy pays the bribe. We go over, we kill some time at a little local market, and he's like, "Here, come with me, come with me." We hop on these motorcycles. I'm like, "Where the fuck are we going, bro?" If this man wasn't so nicely dressed and had such a calm demeanor, I don't think I would be following him. But we just hop on a couple motor taxis. He pays for them, and we're off at a new bus station. And he's like, "Hey, we're gonna get on this bus," and I'm like, "Okay, sure." So we get on the bus, and all these like Maasai, like these tribal people, come around the bus. And Maasai people are really interesting. They've been in the same area of the world for like 3 million years in East Africa. They haven't left. They've like maintained a lot of their culture. It's very interesting. Hunter-gatherer people, tribal people, they do like cool piercings, and they're around. They're around a lot. You'll see them. They're not like the Native Americans. They're still kicking around here. Okay. But they're selling little tacky knickknacks and whatever. And they swarm like India, just like India. Yeah, they swarm the fucking van, like asking for money, asking for tips. They're like, "No money, no money, no money. Hey, yeah, you don't need to give me money. It's free. And I'm like, no, I don't. It felt a lot like India. They were very aggressive. It wasn't the most welcoming, first 30 minutes into Kenya. I was like, honestly, I'm glad I'm, staying in a nice hotel tonight. This was kind of my reward for the day of travel. But I was like, maybe I'll just spend the day here and fly out, because I don't really vibe with, what's happening here. My fucking light just kicked off. So the next bus ride was a lot more uneventful. We just kind of sat quietly. People were playing music on their little TikToks and whatever, but I'm in their country, and it's not like they're in my country on the subway blasting music. That would be annoying, but I wouldn't be allowed to say anything because that would be racist, I guess. But I'm in their country, whatever. They want to play TikToks on full volume, on speakerphone, with no headphones. That's their prerogative. I have my fucking AirPods. I can just chuck them in and not worry about it. But the second bus was way more comfortable. We actually had assigned seats. We didn't have like 7 people in a row of 4. They dropped me in like a really, really, really densely populated part of town. It was honestly very anxiety inducing. It felt just like India, just like Delhi. There's like wires hanging. Just, human filth everywhere, trash, homeless people with like missing legs and shit. It was fucking insane. It was like a war zone. And the girl next to me, so my friend Osman left the bus. He got off at like a nicer stop. And I got off in the center of town. And this girl kind of turns to me before I got off, and she's like, "Are you alone? Where are your belongings? You need to hide them. You need to put them here. Put them in these pockets. They're going to find them if you put them in these outer pockets here. Stuff them in here." And she didn't help me. She didn't steal anything. She didn't touch any of my shit. But you fucking racists, okay? But she did help me. She really did. She's like, "Oh, make sure if they hit you like this, you like fend them off, because their friend's going to be on the other side of you, like taking something from you." And she's like, "Make sure to put everything in your front pockets." Here, she even like moved my zippers around for me to make sure that no one could just like open them up and just snatch whatever was in there. She was super, super, super helpful. So shout out Linda from Nairobi. Very helpful. But she did scare me a lot, because before I got off the bus, I was like, I've been to crowded places. It's whatever, it's dirty, it's filthy. But, in my mind, I was like, if it's anything like Delhi, it's going to be fine. It's dirty. You'll get scammed. It's annoying. It's loud, but like you're going to be safe, not here, because she basically gave me a whole lecture on the way over about the million different ways I'm going to be scammed and robbed, and they're going to take my passport and I'm not going to be able to leave the country. She gave me all these horror stories. She's like, oh yeah, last week a white lady was robbed for everything she had, her passport, all her money, her laptop. And I'm like, oh fuck. Okay. Yeah. Let's follow all of your advice then, because I don't want to end up like that lady. So yeah, I got off the bus and jumped on a motor taxi and first I went to the fucking wrong hotel. God damn it. I went to a nicer hotel. So I arrived and there's like a guy playing piano and there's like, everyone's wearing like fucking tuxedos and like nice gowns and stuff. And there's like an event. There's like dancers in the elevator with me. Like, oh yeah, we're doing some event. They're having like a concert here tonight. Whatever. So I arrive and check in and they're like, oh yeah, you're not staying here. You're staying at the one down the street, the worst one, which obviously is still very nice, but it was just a bit of like a fake out of like, oh man, I want the one with the guy playing the piano. I was on a local bus today, sir. I need this. But alas, I still have AC. I still have my health. I have all my money. No one robbed me. And I got to say, first impressions of Kenya are a bit shaky. It does remind me in a troubling way of India. Good and bad, right? The scams are running rampant, but also there is danger. You can legitimately be robbed. You can legitimately be stabbed, right? Like you can be kidnapped, I think. I mean, no one mentioned kidnapping, but I just kind of assume, I mean, wouldn't you? I don't know. I guess that remains to be seen. Yeah, I don't know. Kenya, a bit shaky start. I will say, though, the people that have been really nice and sweet and helpful have gone above and beyond. Linda, actually, I didn't mention this before, but we got off the bus at that really crowded area, and she's like, I'll wait with you. Call the Uber. Don't be looking at your phone a bunch. Call the Uber now from the bus. Okay, press, accept ride, whatever. Put the phone in your pocket. Come out here with me. Stand with me on this curb. My brother and I are going to wait with you until we see the taxi driver come up. Like, incredible. I mean, she just babysat me. Because she knows what can happen in her city. She knows, I guess, the reputation of it. And maybe she's been robbed. Maybe she's been wronged. I don't know. Maybe one of her friends has been robbed and she's embarrassed. Or maybe she's tired of people. I mean, maybe she saw me with a camera and she's tired of people talking bad about her country and wants to make a good impression. Whatever the reason, I really appreciated it. It was such a saving grace, because I would have gotten off that bus. I didn't mention Osman actually offered for me to get off the bus with him. He was getting off at like a luxury mall stop. That was really nice. And I think one of his friends was going to pick him up. But I was like, well, for the video, I think it'd be better if I could actually see inside of Nairobi and see like what the average daily life is like for people and see like what a crowded, busy street looks like. And I didn't want to see like the nice posh mall and to come to a nice posh hotel. I wanted to kind of experience the city. But he did give me that offer. He's like, we'll get off here and look, if you go this road, the traffic's a lot better. If you go right into the center, the traffic's going to be terrible. So he really like put forth a concerted effort to help me, have like a safe and fun time in his country. And when I said no to him and I, bid him adieu, Linda came over and just completely stepped up. She's like, I'll wait with you. And by the way, they didn't know each other. They didn't talk about me. I don't think they didn't like coordinate this. She stepped up completely. She's like, I'll take care of everything. You just call the Uber. And dude, and then I didn't even have Kenyan shillings. So the Uber driver comes up and I guess they don't want to pay. Actually, son of a bitch. Did I pay him with fucking card and cash? Yeah, I sure did. I double paid for that Uber. Ah, shit. That was a little scam, wasn't it? Fuck. Oh, well, it's like a couple bucks, whatever. I just don't like being scammed. But yeah, like he insisted on cash. I didn't have any Kenyan cash. Fuck, that really pisses me off. Fuck. That's probably the only scam of the day, though, to be fair. Yeah. Anyways. Fuck. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the cash. So Linda gave him some Kenyan shillings, and I gave her like what that was worth and then some in dollars to make it worth her time. Some crispy $1 bills for good old Linda. But now we're here in our lovely hotel. I'm going to take a shower and have some food. But this is a pretty eventful day. I feel like it was a pretty fun video. I tried to show a little bit of both worlds, you know, showing the kind of everyday lifestyle of the locals here. I really wanted to take one of those local buses. My buddy Kieran Brown on YouTube and in real life, he's my friend in real life, told me that, yeah, the African buses are just a fucking experience. And I don't think he recommended I take one because he definitely also said your legs will be going numb. But I just feel like it's like a rite of passage to come to the continent. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that. And then obviously the nicer side had this be kind of a arrival point. I'm like, yeah, we're done. We made it, guys. So I'm going to, take care of my bodily functions. I'm going to eat. I'm going to shower. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.